everybody in? Oh, had you. It is having a bit of a mad one today. Excuse Zoom. That's okay, someone's cooking it.
Hi, Marie.
Hiya. I'm just going to...
How are you?
I'm okay. Well, a little... the Zoom's playing up a little bit today, so
Okay.
I might be a bit sticky, but hopefully it'll catch up.
All right, no problem, no problem. How's your hubby?
Oh, he's okay. I've now tested positive, so...
Oh, dear.
I know. Yeah, I'm all right. Just a bit of a cold. So, good evening and welcome to Monday's Freestyle Fitness Yoga. We're going to start on the floor. You can start cross-legged. You can get your padding and sit in hero's pose. You will probably need your blocks and a band tonight just to be on the safe side. And you've got a chair or a wall for stability. You might want those as well. So we're just going to bring ourselves to the mat. We're just going to bring ourselves to this day, to here, get ourselves ready for the beginning of February, a new month. So if we turn our palms over, tuck our chin in, we're going to breathe, do an alternative breath. So you're going to breathe, have a think about where you're breathing in. You'll find that one nostril will be more dominant than the other nostril. So as you breathe in, you'll find that you'll breathe up one nostril more than the other. And you should find that you breathe down the opposite nostril. So when you find your dominant in nostril, you're going to use the opposite hand and you're going to place your thumb against your nostril and breathe up your dominant up nostril. Trying to fill the lungs from the bottom all the way up, the same as we were doing last week. Then seal it, hold it in for about a second or so. Take the thumb away and breathe down that nostril. Trying to push all the air out, the same way we did it last week. Trying to push all the air out. Then you're going to seal it, take the finger away and breathe up that nostril. So you're doing a big circle with your breathing. Sealing it when you've got to the top. Hold it for just a second or so. And then breathe out. Seal it and breathe in that nostril, the second nostril. So we're going to take our arms above our head and breathe in. And then through the mouth, breathe out. And let's do one more. Breathing in. And breathing out. So we're going to bring ourselves into hero's pose. Remember, you can put anything between your legs. You can take the feet out if you find that easier. You can stay where you are if you prefer. So from this position, we're going to do our neck stretches or neck rolls. We're going to drop our chin down towards our chest, and we're just going to roll our head to the sides and roll it to the other side. It's not going all the way around in a circle, and we're sort of feeling where their muscles are stretching round the back. They're working at the front, they're stretching at the back. And then we're going to bring the head back to centre. And bring it back up. So we're going to take it into our backwards one. Now we don't want the head, I'll turn sideways. We don't want the head to go back too far, that we've got a stretch in the front of the neck and it's pinching at the back. We want to make sure that it's an even lift. So we're lifting our chin up, but we should still be able to hold a conversation. And we're looking as if we're watching a tennis match in the sky. And this time we're working the back muscles, but we're stretching the muscles down the front of the neck. Bring it back to centre. Bring the chin down. So we're going to take it into our circle of joy. We start with our hands in prayer. We're going to bring our right little finger to the end so that when we push out, we're tucking our pelvis under, we're pushing forward, breathing out. We're breathing in, tilting the pelvis back, lifting the shoulders, pulling them back. Breathing out, reaching over towards the side. Breathing in, coming back up. Breathing out, reaching over towards the other side. Breathing in, coming back up. Breathing out, twisting. And breathing in, bringing it back. Breathing out, twisting to the other side. Breathing in, reaching back. Bringing the shoulders back, and as you're breathing out, bringing the hands back into prayer. Lovely. I know I'm going very slow on the screen here. I'm assuming I'm going very slow there as well for you. I shall complain to Zoom. So we're bringing our hands back into prayer. We're bringing our left finger to the end. Breathing out, tucking under. Breathing in, lifting. Breathing out, going over to the side. Breathing in, back to centre. Breathe out, reach over to the other side. Breathe in, back to centre. Breathe out, twist so that you're looking over the shoulder. Breathe in, back to centre. Breathe out, twist to the other side. Breathe in, back to centre, stretching the arms back on that breath in as well. And then as you're breathing out, you're bringing the spine, the arms back into prayer. So, we're going to take our hands down, come onto our knees, take our feet out, tuck our toes, and push back into down dog. You can let the knees walk one at a time. And then we're going to bring ourselves back down onto our knees. Oh, it's so annoying. I see a few people have jumped on Instagram, don't blame you, at least on Instagram I'm in the right speed. So let's take it into tiger lift. You're taking your toe back and your hand, opposite hand out. From here, you're going to lift the foot and the arm up as you breathe in, bring it down. We're doing 8 on each side. So here we go. Breathing in, breathing out. Don't worry about watching me on the screen. Do what you know you're supposed to do. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we're going to change sides. So taking the foot out and opposite hand out. So it's this right leg, left arm. Breathe in, breathe out. In and out. And bring it back down. So we're taking it into gate pose. Oh, it's catching up, it's catching up. So we're going to take our foot out, turn the toes up and place the foot flat down. Remember, if you want your block, have your block at the side of your leg. We're taking the arms out in line with our shoulders, pushing our toes to the floor. Breathe out, reach over towards the leg, bring the top hand over by the ear. Then we're lifting up and we're breathing in as we go in the opposite direction. Breathing out, we're taking it over towards the leg. Breathing in, we're rotating back. We're going to do 2 more, so we're going to do 4 on each side. Work with your breath. Don't worry about what I'm doing. If I'm going slow, work with yours. And then we're going to lift the toe, turn the foot back in so the toes are pointing in the same direction as the knee, bring the legs underneath. Let's change sides. So the foot comes out, the toes go up and then they flatten down. Even if you have to bend the knee, that's fine. Remember, if you need your block by your foot, bring it down. Here we go. Breathing out, reaching over. Breathing in, rotating in the opposite direction. Breathing out. And breathing in. 2 more. And last one. And bring it up. Lift the toe, turn it in, bring the knee back in. So from your knees you're dropping down and over to your side. I'll wait till my slow avatar catches up. So then we're twisting away from the feet, looking behind us. You'll feel that lovely stretch through the waist, through the hips. The 3 breaths, bring it back to center. Come up onto your knees and take the feet across to the other side. Again, holding onto the knee, take the hand round the back, breathe out, twist round to the back. It's a lovely stretch for that lower back, especially if you've been sitting all day. So we're bringing it back to centre. We're going to swap sides one more time. Bringing ourselves back around, but this time instead of keep twisting round the back as if you want to look round the back, but now turn your head and look in the opposite direction. So your head's looking now towards your knees, but your body's still trying to turn around towards the back. And just think about the difference it makes on the neck. Bring yourself back to centre. And let's change sides one last time. So twisting the body to look round the back. And then if you feel you want to, if you feel you can, turn your head, look in the opposite direction. Lovely. And then bring yourself back to centre. So again, we're taking our legs over to the side, but this time we're bringing our feet, flexing the feet and bring it into kind of, it's called 90-90, so that they kind of go in down at the side. just wait for my avatar to catch up with me so you can see what I'm on about. So the legs are kind of in 99 to the foot's coming towards there. We're turning away and we're looking over that front leg. We're lifting the back leg off. As we drop it down, we're taking that front hand and swooping it round, taking it round in a big circle, bringing ourselves back down, pushing our hips up. Lovely. So let's do 4 more of these. Here we go. Lift it, drop the knee, lift up, spin round. Again, don't wait for me to do anything on the screen. If I'm going slow, just work with your own body. Now last one on this side. And then we're going to bring our legs around the other side. And let's do the other side. Lifting, bringing the front hand round in a big circle. As we're lifting up, we're breathing in. And last one on this side. And again, this is just opening up the hips, opening up the legs. So let's bring ourselves round into our east-west pose. Forward bend and then going into plain pose or tabletop, whichever you prefer. So we're moving with this, we're not holding anything. We're taking our arms out, we're breathing out, we're reaching forward over the legs, keeping the toes pulling back. As we breathe in, the hands come down by our bum, we lift up. And we drop down, we breathe out. Breathe in, lift, shoulders back, pushing the toes down. Again, let's do 4. Last one. And bringing it back down. Lovely. So we're going to bring ourselves up to standing, bring our feet in, bring our hands round to the side, twist ourselves and bring ourselves up to standing. So we're going to start at the back of our mat. We're going to go through our slightly different sun salutation. So we're rolling down. We're tucking our chin in. We're pulling our shoulders in. We're pushing our belly in. We're bending our knees. We're letting ourselves go into a forward bend. Now if you want, you can let yourself relax here. Remember, it's your body. So if you want, you can kind of do a ragdoll here, straightening and bending one leg at a time, just so that your body kind of relaxes into it. Again, if you've been sitting all day, ragdoll is just beautiful for stretching out your bum, your back, giving your arms and your shoulders a little bit of a rest. So we're bringing ourselves back to straight. We can bend our knees if we need to place our hands on the floor. We're going to walk our hands out until we can push back into down dog. You can adjust the feet if you need to. You're coming up onto the toes, you're coming forward, you're coming down, you're lifted into cobra, you're coming back to down dog, you're walking your hands back in. You're bending your knees if you need to. You're rolling up. As you get to the top, you roll down. You walk yourself out into down dog, into plank, into cobra, back to down dog, walk it back. roll yourself back up. Let's do 2 more. And our last one. Now when we're rolling down, what we're starting to do is to work on the fissulas, the little segments that hold our skin to our bones and our bones to our muscle. It just helps to release them. And bring it up. Lovely. So I'm going to bring the thing back up. Hopefully it'll come back up. Take its time. It's coming up. It's coming up. So we're going to take it into our flow. Okay, it's come up. Now take it into our flow. Now remember, you can move your arms, you can have them down here on your waist, you can have them up slightly. I'm just going to take that down a touch. Oh, I'm not liking this at all. So let's take our feet nice and wide, where you can still push down through the outside edge of your foot. You're turning your right foot out, turning the knee out, keeping the hip back, bending the front knee. You're letting the arm come down. You can let the top arm reach over into a side angle pose. Pushing into the knees if you need to, feeling that stretch through the thighs. From here, we're leading with that top arm, we're coming around. You can leave the elbow on the knee if you feel you need to, reach the arm out, but again that arm can come down if it needs to, it doesn't have to go up. We're turning round and we're bringing our foot at the back into our tiptoes. We're pushing into our front knee. We can keep our hands down, pull our shoulders back, or we can lift our arms up into a lunging warrior. And we'll feel that stretch right through the front. But again, them arms can be down if you need to. From here, we're going to sort of move forward by stepping the back foot up and placing it flat down, straightening the front knee, and then coming down into an inverted V. The hands can be on the legs, you can have your hands on a block, it doesn't matter. You're lifting your foot up, the right foot up, and you're turning the toes back to the front, turning your body back to the front. You can have your hands on the floor, you can let your head drop into a wide leg forward bend. Feeling the stretch through the backs of the legs. We're going to bend the knees and roll up, and that way we can protect the back, the lower back. Bringing our hands back out in line with our shoulders. So let's take it onto the left side. So turn the left foot out. Bend the left knee, take it down into a side angle pose. Lovely. We're going to lead with the top arm, reach forward, and we want to keep the back nice and straight. So we're pushing into that front leg, but we're keeping that back straight. We're not arching the spine. I have to do it the other way, otherwise I'll fall over. So we're dropping the arms down, we're turning that back leg onto its tiptoe, dropping down, pushing to the front knee, lift the arms up, reach back into a lunging warrior. We're throwing the arms down at the same time as getting that foot and dropping the planting the foot down at the back, bringing our head or our chin past our knee at the front or onto our leg, into the inverted V. Turning the toes of the left, bring the body in, let the head drop down. You can take the arms away, you can take them behind your back, you can keep them on the floor, it's completely up to you. Pull in if you need to. Again, you can bend the knees or stretch the arms, keeping the back straight, lifting up. Make it a little bit harder. Okay, we're going to do 3 on each side, but we're getting a little bit faster. It doesn't matter, because if you don't keep up, don't worry. It doesn't matter. Here we go. We're turning the foot out, bending the knee, taking it to side angle pose. The hand can go on the floor if it wants to. We're reaching forward into a forward squat. We're taking the hands round and lifting into a lunging warrior. We're stepping forward into an inverted V. We're turning the foot in, we're taking it into a wide leg forward bend. We're breathing in to lift back up. Let's change sides. Bend the knee, take it over into side angle pose. Come forward into a forward squat. Take the hands round, lift the toes, or lift the heels, sorry, into a lunging warrior. Throw the hands forward, drop the back foot into an inverted V. Walk the foot round, let the head drop down. Lifting up. Here we go. Breathe out. Breathe in. 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 Last ones. Bring it back up and jump your feet together. Give yourself a little clap if you kept up with that. So we're going to take it into revolved, I'm going to take my camera back up again, into revolved leg, revolved big toe. So instead of big toe, where we're taking our foot out in this direction, we're going to take it in a revolved version. So you're going to start by standing, finding your standing spot. So it can be left or right leg, it's up to you. And then you're going to lift the opposite knee off the floor. Now you're keeping the leg bent. And then you're going to hold it with the opposite hand and take the other hand out to the side. Trying to twist back, and if you can, you turn your head to have a look at that backhand. And then bring it back in and take the hand and the foot down. So let's try the other side. So tighten up all the muscles on the standing leg. Lift the leg, hold on to it with both hands. Now with your left leg, you're going to keep hold with your right. Take the left hand out to the back, and if you can, turn. But if you feel wobbly, keep your head looking forward. Bring the hand back to center. Bring the foot down. Now, if you've got a band, you may be able to straighten the leg. But remember, if you've got a wall, stay by a wall, make sure you've got something so you don't fall over. So with this, we'll stand up, I'll start on our left foot. We'll bring our right foot up, grab hold of the band as close as you can, and hold it with both hands. Hold on, so it's your right leg, hold on with your left hand. Bring the right hand out, twist that first over, and then only when you feel you can, turn your head. Then we're going to bring the hand back round, bend the knee, take it down. Let's try the other side. So we're standing on our right foot, we're bringing our left foot, placing it in the band, holding it with both hands, trying to keep it in line with our hip. Now as the left leg up, we're going to hold with the right hand and turn the left hand round to the back. And only when we can, we move the head as well. And then we're bringing it back, bending the knee, taking it down. Oh, I've lost someone. And you can do those with the band or without the band. But it's just easier with the band until eventually you can get down, grab hold of your big toe, hold it out, and turn. As you can see, I've got the wall behind me. But don't worry about doing that with your toe yet, just stick with the band. We're going to take ourselves into down dog, but I want you to, I did a lovely course, but I want you to sort of understand the muscles that are working in the shoulder for the next bit. Hi there. So now, if you were to lift your arm up, you would feel the muscle in the shoulder here work, but you'll find that the muscles here are really soft. If you were to pull your arm down, you would find that the muscles in your arm here are soft, but the muscles underneath your arms are actually working. But what we want to do is, when we're upside down, is we want both this muscle and this muscle to work. So what we do is we pull the shoulder down, and you'll find that that muscle starts to work. And then you kind of push it forward. And as you push it forward, you'll feel that the muscles work and the muscles at the top. So everything's working around this area here. And when we go upside down into down dog, I'm going to get you to do the same thing. It's a lot easier to kind of, so that you can feel it. But you're turning the hand, so as you're pushing up, you're working here. But now you want to move this forward. And then you'll feel that the muscles in the shoulder start to work as well. So that's what we're going to do, but upside down. So I'm going to drop the camera down, and then we're going down into down dog. So we're bringing ourselves forward into a forward bend. We can step back. We can let the knees come down to start off. So now I'm going to give you something again to do with the wrist action. And what we want to do is when we're upside down in down dog, we want to use the tips of the fingers and we're pushing them down so that we're making a little archway in the fingertip and also an archway just in the hand, the palm of the hand. We want to imagine that we're trying to grip the floor. We're trying to really rip up the floor, a piece of floor, and grab hold of it. And when we do that, what happens is we start to work all the muscles in the hand. If we were to push our hand back, then this muscle at the back will be working, but the muscle at the front of the hand doesn't work. If we push our hand this way, the muscle at the front of the hand is now working, but the muscle at the back of the hand isn't. It's stretching. What we want to do when we're upside down is we want the back muscle and the front muscle to both work. And if you make a fist, you'll find that the front of the arm and the back of the arm, the wrist, all work together. And so that's what we want to do with the hand. We want to imagine that we're trying to make a fist, or we're trying to grab a piece of the mat, and that will encourage both muscles at the front and the back of the arm to work, and also encourages their elbows to work as well. And then we'll bring in the shoulder joints. So we're bringing our hands down. We're imagining that we're trying to rip. We're trying to rip the hand, so pull in as if we're doing that with our hands. And that'll encourage the wrists to start working. Then we're going to push up into down dog, and we're going to try and push, because now we're upside down, this muscle is working here. But if you think about the muscles under your arms, they're not working. What you have to do is do what we did when we were up. You've got to try and push your shoulders forward, the armpits forward, and then you'll feel the muscles underneath the shoulder girdle work. So again, you're putting no pressure on the bones. All the muscles surrounding the wrists, the elbows, and the shoulders are working. So we're pushing back, working that, and hopefully that feels better for your legs. For your arms. Now, from here we're going to do a tap. You're going to keep pushing with one hand, and then the other hand you're going to try and touch your ankle. And then you're bringing the hand down again, making sure that you're stabilising that wrist and pushing forward with the shoulder, and then you're changing sides. So we're going to do 10. But you're going to think about working them arms. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, 10. And bring yourself down. You can give your hands a little shake, you can give them a little rub. So hopefully that felt better. If we want, you could try not doing that and see if it feels any better. So just doing it with a straight hand, pushing down like that, pushing back and going over, and not worrying about the shoulders and the arms. If you want, have a go. Slowly, but to see if you can feel the difference between working the muscle groups that surround the wrists and everything, and see if it feels better or worse for you. So we're going to do 10 more. So like I said, you can just not bother about what I've just said, or you could try working them shoulders and then moving the hands. So 10, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And relax, bringing it back down. So again, we're going to do a similar thing, but working into a press up. And you can keep your knees down as well. I'm going to keep my knees down. I don't want to go. But we're doing the same thing with the arms. We're trying to grip hold. We're trying to use the shoulder blades. So trying to push and tighten up the shoulder blade underneath. Remember, all these muscles here will be working. We want to tighten up there. We're taking our knees. You can have our knees on the floor. And you'll want your elbows to be facing forward. So you don't want them facing in. You don't want the elbows going out this way. If you're doing that kind of ripping up of the floor, it'll help to encourage them to come around the front and that bend backwards. So from here, we're ripping up that floor. We're bending the elbows backwards. We're coming forwards and back up. We're breathing out, we're breathing in. Breathing out, breathing in. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, 10. And relax. Give your hands and your shoulders a bit of a shake. We are going to do it again. If you can't manage 10, it doesn't matter. I might not even be able to manage 10 the second time. So, let's bring ourselves up. Again, you can try that slightly different. You can try it not the way I've said, by just letting your hands be flat on the floor, and then trying to do the same thing and see if it feels any different. So again, deciding which one you want to do. Tucking the chin, breathing out, breathing in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, 10. And push back. Turn the palms over, let the head relax into child. And then when you're ready, bring yourself back up. So we're going to take ourselves into Cobra. But again, the same kind of thing that we were just working on with our wrists and our shoulders, we're going to do about our neck. Now with the neck, if you was to let your head drop, again the muscle at the front of the neck's now working, but the muscle at the back stretching. If you were to let your head go back, you're stretching the front of the neck, you're working the back of the neck. And again, what we want to do is to stabilise the neck, to make the neck stronger so it's working in both directions. Now what you can do to work that neck is if you push your head forward and then drop your head down and then pull your chin up. What happens is the front of your neck and now the back of your neck, both them muscles are working. And we want to try and use that to keep that neck in that position. And the same thing if we're taking it backwards, we take it forwards and up. We wouldn't want the head to drop backwards. We want to keep pushing the neck forwards and up. And if we go forwards and up, again, we start to get both the back and the front of the neck muscles working as opposed to just one. So instead of just lifting the chin up, where it's the back of the neck's working and the front of the neck isn't, if we have to go forwards and up, then we'll find that both muscles are working. We shouldn't get too much pain. So now we're going to take it into Cobra and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to try and pull the neck forward and lift it up rather than just letting our head go back. Okay? So if we bring ourselves down onto the floor, onto our belly. Now remember, you can stay in Sphinx position. So if you want to stay with your elbows down, you can do. If you find that as you start to lift, then the shoulder blades come up and the arms go out. Then just stay here and just keep lifting the chin out and up. So we'll start with our chin tucked in. So from there, if we pull our chin back, we're going to stick our chin forward and lift our chin up. Now from here, if you want to, you can push to lift the elbows off the floor. And then bring it back down. So let your head sink into your shoulders and then let your head come forward. We're going to take it back up. We're lifting our head up and out, pulling our shoulders back, sliding our elbows towards our hips, pushing our chin out, lifting it up. So our throat is going up towards the ceiling. If we can, we push with the hands, lifting the elbows off the floor. And then bring yourself back down. Let the head drop in, let the arms drop out, let the head come down. Give your bum a shake from side to side. That'll help just to relax that lower back. So we're bringing ourselves up onto our hands and knees and then bringing ourselves round. So we're going into our last one, which is pose of a crow. And so we'll build ourselves up into it. You will need, or you may need, your blocks for this. So have them close. But we're going to bring ourselves up onto our tiptoes, take our legs out and bring our hands into prayer. So we're squeezing and pushing our legs out to the side and bringing ourselves into a squat position. Our toes can be up, our toes can be down. We're just letting our hips drop down. You're just stopping here, letting your hips drop down, bringing yourself into a nice squat position. Now what you should be feeling is you're trying to squeeze your legs in towards your arms and push your arms out against your leg. So you're yin-yanging your legs and your arms. So you're bringing your hands down on the floor and then you're going to straighten your legs, turn the toes in, bring yourself into a forward bend. And this relaxes the arms, relaxes that lower back. So we're going to do the same thing again. We're going to turn our heels in, drop our bum down, come back down into a squat position. You can move side to side if you want. You can have a little wiggle. But remember to push the legs against the arms against the legs. This is a great position if you've got trapped wind or constipated. Gets everything going. The right position. So again, we're placing them hands down and we're turning the heels back out, bringing ourselves into that forward bend. Now from your forward bend, grab hold of your blocks and have them in your hands. You're then going to bring your hands and your blocks under your legs and push them out to the side. Then you're letting yourself go down into your squat again and seeing if your legs can just come on top of your hands and lift off the floor. I'll do that sideways. So, you're bringing your blocks down, you're taking your hands underneath your legs, so instead of there, they're going underneath. You're placing your hands on your blocks, you're sitting your bum down, and you're seeing if one or both feet can come off the floor. You're squeezing your legs in towards each other. Yes. And if you drop, you're close to the floor anyway, don't worry about it. Now you don't need the blocks if you don't need them. You just do it with your hands. And then bringing yourself back out. Roll yourself up. Give your legs a shake if you want. Or bring yourself onto the floor. If you've dropped on the floor, stay down on the floor. Lovely. So like I said, with those, with the balances, just have a go. Stick some cushions underneath your bum. If you drop, you only drop back on your cushions. So let's bring ourselves out of this. Now we've done a lot of exercise on our hands. We want to make us stretch our hands a little bit. So I'll turn this way so it's easy to see. Having your feet facing forward, you're bringing your palms facing up and stick them under your bum. And then you're just going to move side to side. And this just gives a nice massage to the hands. So we're going to bring them out. We're going to turn them around. So now the palms of the hands are going flat. And we're doing the same thing, but on the back of the hands. And then bringing them out. From here, lie yourself down. If you grab hold of your left leg with your right hand, so that is over the top of it, bring your right leg flat down, take your left hand out in line with the shoulders, and bring your left leg over. Now you want to keep your left shoulder flat on the floor, you don't want it lifting over. So if the leg doesn't go to the floor, it doesn't matter. You can hold it there. You can always get a cushion and rest it on the cushion if it doesn't go all the way to the floor. It doesn't matter as long as the shoulder stays flat on the floor. That's the most important thing. So you're holding it here and you'll feel this stretching your lower back, and it stretches from the shoulders as well. So all that kind of stretching, that working of the shoulders, working of the arms we've done today, is hopefully pulling it out a little. So we're going to bring that leg back to centre. And then the other side. So taking the right arm out, grabbing hold of the right leg with the left hand, taking the left leg straight, breathing out, bring the right leg across the body. Keep the right shoulder flat down. If you can turn your head, look towards your right hand, or you can stay looking up towards the ceiling, but make sure it's not the chin, that the chin's tucked down. And bring it back to center. And let's change sides one last time. And let's change sides last time. And then bring yourself back to center. So we're going into our relaxation. Now it's completely up to you how you want to relax. If you want, you can sit up and do your alternate breathing. You can lie down and do your alternate breathing. If you're sitting up, you can always focus and use gazing. So looking at the light and focusing on that, letting the eyes water if they want to. So I'm going to bring that down. Remember, you don't have to do alternate breathing if you don't want to. You can just do your own breathing techniques, anything that you like. So it can just be a circle breath, or it can be a rectangle or a square breath, full breath, hummingbird. The choices are down to you. But whichever you choose, just make sure that you've put a cardigan or a blanket over you so that you stay nice and relaxed, nice and cool, nice and warm. No matter where you are, your body temperature will drop the minute you relax. Remember, if you're choosing to do alternate breathing, one nostril will be your dominant nostril. And as you take a breath in, you'll notice that you breathe into one nostril more so than the other. your arms and one way by your feet. And as you breathe out, let the body relax. Another breath in, but this time imagine someone's pulling one arm and then the other arm. Let you feel the side ribs and the side waist start to expand. And whenever you need to breathe out, breathe out. Move the knees up towards your chest. Take the legs round in a circle. Bring them in towards the chest and then away from the chest. Feeling that massage along the lower back. Then change directions. When you're ready, let yourself roll over onto your side. Stay there until you feel ready. And when you feel ready, you can sit up. Thank you for everybody on Instagram for joining me.